Christopher Ferguson.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Great.
So here's a few questions. How do paralegals function within the organization?
Well, within our organization, it's pretty specific.
Mm-hmm.
We have shareholders and partners, and we each have a specific paralegal assigned to each one. So I know in some firms, paralegals just work on a sort of a case-by-case basis. Mm-hmm. But in our firm, each paralegal works on every file that the attorney's working on. So we just get our assignments directly from them.
Okay, from the attorney or?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What computer technology is used by the firm?
We have all kinds of stuff. We are in the cloud now. We don't have our servers are based in Washington.
Okay.
So we have that, and we have a document management system called World Docs.
Is that the cloud? Is that where like you save stuff into
Mm-hmm.
like a virtual storage system?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like our servers are not local, and everything we do is. It makes it interesting when you have something you try to get it onto your hard drive into the cloud. You have to do this whole weird process. So World Docs is our document management system, and then we have another system called Practice Master, which is our client management system, and that coincides with our billing system called Tabs. So Practice Master and Tabs are sort of rolled together. And then we have SpeakWrite. No, sorry, that's not it. It's the digital dictation software. I forget the name of it. So the attorneys just dictate their whatever they're doing, and they dock it into a little portal by their computer, and it uploads. So it's all digital.
Okay.
I forget the name of that one, but we use that as well.
Let's see. Does the firm support paralegal continuing education and training program?
Yes.
You guys do? Well, this is for like a general question, so I guess speak for everybody in a way. Do you think they would do for any other firms as well?
I'm in the Paralegal Association, which is where I got your name, and most of the women who are in our group, their firms do pay for their education.
Okay.
Our firm is very generous. They pay for seminars, and they pay for any kind of classes I want to take, and they pay for my registration with a national paralegal association.
I actually have
and all that.
a meeting there. Well, I think anyone in the program gets a mandatory meeting to go to the Clearwater campus.
Oh, okay.
I guess you guys are doing like a meeting there, and we're supposed to attend and like ask other questions as well through all the association, I think.
Oh, okay. For PATH, is it the?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Yeah, PATH, exactly.
So for our next, are you coming to the next month's meeting, or? Because it's the second Tuesday of the month, whenever.
It's September 7th.
Oh, okay.
At 1:00.
Oh, that's not ours then.
No.
We meet at night.
Yeah, there was a night one, but I won't be able to attend.
Oh, okay.
So
that must be some other association.
All right. How are paralegals supervised, and by who, and how are they evaluated/reviewed?
The attorney is always the direct supervisor of any paralegal. Anything we do has to be approved and reviewed and approved by the attorney. That's just how we work.
Okay.
We're not allowed, otherwise it's
anyone else?
unauthorized practice of law. So an attorney has to review what we're doing.
All right.
And give their approval. And then the evaluation process is sort of a dual thing. It's through our office administrator and the attorneys, and we have a list of things they go through every year, and they rate us on that, and then they meet with the office administrator.
Okay, so it goes through another step of okay. Is the job stressful, and how do you guys handle it? I heard it's a lot of paperwork.
It depends on the day. It's like some days go really well, and some days are terrible. If the computers are down and you forgot to get something ready for a hearing, or something came up that you didn't do, or
Our professor said that paralegals go through a lot of stress, and it all depends on the size of the firm too. Like the small ones could probably go through a lot because it's a small. And it depends on the income. I mean, like the cases.
Right. And it depends on the attorneys too. I mean, some of the attorneys are so easy to get along with, and they'll work with you even if you mess something up, or if you miss a deadline, or if something is happening.
Not too deadlines too.
Deadlines are
because then it's malpractice, right?
Yes, it could be. But dealing with it is. I've gotten so used to it now. It's like whatever, But at first, I was crazy. I worked, 70 hours a week, and I was always freaking out and didn't think I'd ever get there, and I'm like, whatever. So it's sort of you learn it as you go along kind of thing, and you know how to work your priorities.
Okay.
So that helps my stress level too, and then just calendaring everything and making sure your deadlines are all covered.
Being ahead of the clock.
Yes. just being on the ball, paying attention to everything that's happening.
Um,
Helps a lot.
is there room for promotion, and where can you be promoted to next?
Well, there's not a whole lot really.
Mm.
You can see from my card I have a new title, case manager and marketing administrator. And so I've sort of gotten past the paralegal end of things. So I do some administrative work, and I keep up all the software updates, and I do some bookkeeping and a few other things. But I sort of made up the position myself. There's generally, once you're a paralegal, you might get to be senior paralegal or something like that. But there's depending on what world you're in, maybe the corporate world, you might become like an executive paralegal or something, but you're not going to progress beyond.
Is there any way that you guys could, let's say, the attorney moves to a different firm? Is there any way that, let's say you were a senior paralegal, is there any way you could be the attorney, like move up to that level after again passing like the bar exam and stuff?
Yeah, I mean you'd have to, obviously, but that's a lot more education, a lot more money.
A lot more.
And a lot of, I considered law school, early on, but it just was not something I wanted to do.
No, it's not.
There's a lot more pressure, I think, for being an attorney. You have to, you have to get clients, and you have to travel, and you have to do a lot more after-hours type of work, and that type of. It wasn't for me. But it's possible. People do move up and go on to law school.
Go through it. What are the main skills needed for this profession that you would consider?
I would think computer skills are huge now.
Nowadays,
everything is. You gotta have computer skills. Vocabulary. I think a lot of when I first took my paralegal courses, that helped me so much coming into it because I didn't know anything about the legal language. So that helped a lot. Just getting out there and getting a little experience helps a lot. Just having a background knowledge of what it is you're getting into, whether you're going into litigation or real estate, or just research the background of what type of law you want to go into. That helps a lot.
Yeah, I saw the book of our professor gave us the legal terminology, and that thing was pretty big. I'm like, wow. I read the first couple pages of trying to get the words, and they're pretty I can imagine deeper into the book it gets harder and harder and harder. So, and remembering it too.
Helps a lot once you start learning all those things.
Yeah. And this is just one of my questions. Do you like your job? Is it because you know how some people work and then they don't like it, but they just work?
Yeah. Some days I really like it, and some days I don't. Again, it's like the stress level thing. Some days everything's just chugging along and everything's great and wonderful, and I'm happy, and I can't believe they pay me to do this great job, and I get to work in this beautiful place.
I know, I love the view.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Yeah.
And then some days it all is terrible, and I hate it, and I wonder what I'm doing it for. So. It's like everything else. Yeah. But generally, it's a really good job, and I worked my way up. I started as a legal assistant, and then became a paralegal, and then.
Is the legal assistant the secretary?
Basically. So they do a lot more scheduling and that type of thing.
Okay.
Handling the mail and scanning and.
But the communication to the people, basically.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's it.